Awesome. So we wrapped up Coach Basics training and Emerald training. So hopefully you guys got a chance to pop in there and get a lot of that content either saved or like you've at least watched it. If there's some stuff in there that you haven't, know that it's there for you, right? Like it's there for you when you want to pop in there and use it, or maybe you'd be like, somebody asks you, what's the commission on Shakeology? And you'll be like, wait, I know where I can find this information. I don't need to go bother my coach or go message my coach. I know where to find this information. I'm going to go to that training. I'm going to find the little one that said what the commission for Shakeology is. Boom, I've got the answer. And now I can help myself, right? That's really ultimately what the training is for, in my mind, is to get you guys out there confidently doing your own thing, almost like where you have the girls that support you, but you run your own business and you're walking and talking and doing everything on your own as well. Not to where you feel like almost like you have your own identity and then you share an identity with us as well. So I think as the more you get trained, the easier that becomes. The more I understood what Beachbody was, the more I understood products, challenge packs, what coaching, all that stuff, the more I understood it, the more confident I was in providing it to people as well. Okay, so hopefully you guys know that the training is going on. If you're in the diamond training, awesome. Sorry about my video today. I got totally rained out. I was like seeing outside. I was like, is this really happening? But it was funny because I even messaged Tennille and Alicia and I was like, oh, I don't even know if I stayed on track. And they were like, you know what? You just powered through it. And that's kind of what it's about sometimes too. It's like, there was a moment where I was like, dude, I'm about to delete this video and nix it, right? And I was like, no, why would I do that though? Because ultimately that is real more than it is perfect. And I can't tell you guys not to be perfect and to just go with it if like I'm not willing to do it myself. So it's like, all right, we're gonna keep on going. I'm gonna stand on the side of my house and just keep on going. And so just to let you guys know that like we're not perfect either. And here we go. See, Alicia is going to be hosting and she's got kids screaming in the background and that's just kind of part of it. But Alicia, just let me know when you're ready. I can talk. And I actually had a backup video as well, just in case we had more time, or I had a backup idea for a video. So I'll go ahead and shout out people that are on the board already, and then we'll kind of check over the schedule, just see what's going on, what everybody's going to be doing, and we'll go from there. So we do have some girls with some points on the board. I personally need to bump up my effort in like sealing some challenge pack purchases to just like really lock in that success club. I normally don't really wait this long to kind of lock it in. I don't know what I've been doing in the beginning of the month. I just was kind of like playing around, I guess. So I'm gonna like really ramp up my success club kind of these last 2 weeks of the month and just kind of try to lock it in. But we do have Nicole, Callie, Tennille, Rochelle, and Melissa all with Success Club 2 this month, which is really exciting. And then we have one new coach under Molly, who is Kaylee. I can't remember if I said that last week or not. I can't remember if she had signed up on a Thursday or not. So, okay, so let me check in with the schedule. I'll go ahead and screen share with you guys. And here we are. Okay, so for me, I actually need to extend this out a week. So as you guys know, we're finishing up the MBFA challenge this week, which is really exciting. We have lots of girls getting like really great results out of MBF, like really loving it, feeling stronger every freaking day. I know I do. It challenges me. MBFA has been a very big challenge for me as well. Even though I've done ADD Obsession and the prep and T20 and the work and everything, it's just a totally different challenge. And it's really making me like lift heavy and kind of think of myself as like strong, and I've really been enjoying it. But also my body's ready for a little bit of a break from just all the lifting. My joints and things like that are just starting to hurt. So I'm going to move into a little meditation challenge. So after MBFA, I'm going to move, this will actually be the program Unstress. I need to put this in here. I will put that all in here. And it's going to be a 3-week program. I only have it in here for 2 weeks originally, but it's going to be 3 weeks of Unstress. So if you're interested in jumping on board with that, even if you're doing something else, you guys, you can still pull this in to like whatever you're doing. I'm actually going to overlap it that 3rd week with 30-day breakaway. So what I would do is like put it like right in here as well. But feel free to kind of jump on board with that. It just is something kind of fun, something different. Maybe if you have people that don't really want to work out, maybe aren't really ready to work out, are just trying to
finish your peas.
Get like mentally prepared, or maybe they need to come mentally back around, or maybe they need to just focus on nutrition and maybe these meditations and something. It's a great place to like start people that aren't really ready to full on work out. Maybe they want to join our meditation challenge. You just never, I always like to offer multiple different things because certain people will come in on certain challenges. If I'm always only doing heavy lifting, advanced programs, well, I'm really missing an entire market of people that need to get started too. So if I've been doing MBFA for a while, it's really good to kind of switch over to like a meditation challenge where I can maybe focus on like meditation and nutrition for a few weeks. And then I can shift to a running program where I'm going to focus more on outdoors, cardio, kind of fall. And then I'm going to move into bar, which is something even completely different as well. And then I'm going to do a free group where it could be just anybody that can jump on board. And then I go back around to that 9-week control freak, and I'm going to hit like a hard program again. So it's good to switch it up because you might have different people join you in those different challenges, just depending on what you're doing. So MBFA will be wrapping up this week. Make sure if you're doing that you are submitting your results for your free t-shirt. If you need the link, let me know, I can get it to you. Then I'm going to be moving into the Unstressed Challenge with mindful meditation. So Tennille, is this your campfire? Or is that what you put in the chat?
Yes.
Maybe?
Yeah, so Friday, next Friday evening, we're going to have the chili cook-off. So everybody can make like a little crock-potted chili and bring it. That's Friday evening. And then Saturday morning, we'll be doing a warrior workout.
Okay, I'm going to put that in here.
On Saturday morning, probably 9 a.m. because I would like it to warm up a little bit.
Okay.
Either 9 or 10 a.m. really.
Okay.
I don't know. And then Saturday is they're gonna have trick or treat on Saturday at 4 for like for the kids and stuff. And then there's a DJ and a costume contest Saturday night.
Hey-o.
So like last time, like I paid $50 for everybody to come. So I'm going to do that again. So if everybody just wants to come and hang out for the day and like the evening, they are totally more than welcome to. And I'll post all that. But like just make a weekend of fun. If you can't show up for one thing, you can definitely show up for a different,
Come in and out.
Yeah.
Okay. How exciting. So chili cook-off on the 25th, right?
I don't know. Is that the date? It's a Friday evening.
Yeah, I think so. And then the 26th is that Saturday, is the workout at 9 a.m. and trick or treat at 4.
Yeah. And like I even have a huge lot. So people can like tent camp too if they want to bring a tent.
Oh, nice.
So, but it should be fun.
Yay. Oh, that sounds like fun. You guys are going to have fun.
And I believe Brooke's camping too that weekend here. I'm not sure if Tessa is or not.
Okay. Yeah. That's going to be fun. Okay. Wait, so that's September, right? They're doing trick or treat. Wait, is that right? Or did I put that on the wrong month? Is that in September?
It's like next weekend.
Okay, so they are doing trick or treating next weekend. So you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Get that candy in. Mike and I were just talking about, we're like, so how are we gonna get him trick or treating this year? Like, we need that candy.
Cyrus is actually doing their trick or treating.
Are they?
Yeah, they already posted it. Yep.
Ooh, that'd be cool. I think it'd be good for the kids. Be good for the kids. Hey Alicia, I see you now. Are you good? I was just showing kind of like calendar stuff and just talking. Also, you guys, just one last thing. Elika did tell me that she was going to start the Ultimate Reset on October 11th. So if you know anybody or are interested, well, I'm going to actually try and have like a couple girls. I think she's already got a couple girls, and then a couple people are thinking about joining her. So I always think, you guys, if you're going to do the cleanse, don't do it alone. Do it with people. And if you've been thinking about it, you've been on the fence, like jump in when you know people are going to be doing it, because it's the best time to do it. Like I couldn't imagine trying to do it by myself. All right, Alicia, I'm going to stop screen sharing. That's kind of what we're working with for so far. I'm going to pass it over to Alicia today. She's got some fun stuff for us to talk about, and she's been working, her brain's been cranking over there, so I'm excited to hear what she's got to say.
I'm kind of excited. Okay, so this time I wanted it to be a little bit more relaxed. So I decided that I was going to lay in my bed and just be comfy and kind of help my creative juices going, because I actually don't have all of this ironed out. This is super, super, super new, but some of you may know I've been in a little bit of a funk here lately, and been trying to get all of my stuff figured out. And between anxiety medication and some other stuff, I've been trying to kind of see what works best for me, I guess. And so I was in this funk the other day, and I was just like, I'm going to go to my appointment, and I'm going to come home, and I'm going to relax, and I'm just going to kind of do whatever my body wants me to do. And I needed a nap, I guess. So I literally walked in the door. Like, by the time I got home, I was like deciding this on the way home. And by the time I got home, I walked in the door, left my shoes on, walked upstairs, which is a disaster, by the way, because I am completely going through absolutely everything. And left my shoes on and fell asleep with my tennis shoes on in bed. It was like the craziest thing ever, because I like am not normally like that tired, but I don't know, I guess my body was like, okay, you need sleep, lady, for you to function. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to sleep. So I come upstairs and slept for 2 hours, which is like never happens, especially uninterrupted. And so I was like, okay, I got up and I was like, oh my gosh, like, I'm just so like pumped. Like, I don't know what it was. I think it might have been a little bit of everything, but I think my body was like telling me that for a while, and has been telling me that for a while. But one of the things I noticed was lack of sleep actually triggers my anxiety, which triggers my depression. And so while I was like, I don't know, in go-go mode or something crazy, some of you guys know what I posted or whatever in the team chat or whatever, but so I was like, I don't know, on fire. Like, Cody stopped here at home, and then he ended up leaving. I don't know, he kind of stopped unexpectedly, but he had stopped, and we had talked about a couple of things, and then he left to go like back to work. So he works for his dealership, so they own a dealership, and then he also runs the farm. So he literally come here, and we talked about dealership stuff and some work stuff, and then he literally left and went to the farm. So I'm like, okay, great, like, what am I gonna do, you know? And so I was sitting there, and I was like, I just want to get freaking results. Like, that's just what I want. And I don't know whether I missed that on Warrior Hour or what, because I don't think Jenny said that they said that during Warrior Hour, which is kind of funny. It's like I don't know, they spoke it into the world or whatever, and then it like, you know, came true, and it like come over to me and was like, you need to focus on this. By the way, I have not had any caffeine at all. Well, like at 8 o'clock this morning, but other than that, I have not. So I don't know why I'm like all fired up, but oh wait, that's mostly me all the time. So, this is how my anxiety works. I'm like 100 miles a minute, and then all of a sudden I'm like crashing. But so while I was sitting there thinking about how I really wanted to get results and how I didn't want to be in this funk anymore, and I just wanted things to go my way. If you've been following my posts here lately, things have not been going my way. And so week 2 of preschool has been a little bit better, but not a whole lot better than week 1. So we are adjusting, and I kind of got to thinking when I was thinking about all that stuff, I had got my list of challengers out. So I don't know what you girls do to kind of keep track of your teams. If you've got small team, big team, medium-sized team, whatever it is. I don't know how you girls keep up with it all, but I have been, I actually carry this little doohickey around for all of my Beachbody stuff. It's like just this little like notebook. It's got like a little clipboard at the top. But here's my team. So those are all of my coaches, okay? And I kind of got to thinking the other day, there's no real good way to find your challengers on our BOD site. You have to like literally go back through and see if they're like still active. So I literally went back through 3.5 years. And anybody that had ever been a challenger, I was like, I'm gonna write their name down. So I wanted to print the thing, and then it didn't work either. So that's how the week has been going. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to get that worked out. So when I was going through and I was looking for my challenger list, I thought, oh, I've talked to her lately. Oh, I've talked to her lately. Oh, and as I'm going down through this list, I think to myself, like half of these people are in funks right now. Literally, they have been messaging me back and forth, telling me how they can't get out of their funk, and how, and I'm thinking in my head, oh my God, they need to get out of their funk before winter, because like it's only gonna get worse, you know? And so in my head, I'm thinking, mine only gets worse in the winter. So like, what can I do to jumpstart some of these girls to get kind of some them time and get them to focus on them before they focus on their whole families, I guess, you know, this winter. And so I was like, oh my gosh, why don't I just run like, I guess, a project sort of. And I'm not calling it a challenge because there's no choice in this. Like, you're not going to fail this. So I'm going to let them know right up front that they have to be all in. I know, and this actually is interesting because T actually helped me a lot, whether she knows it or not. I went back and listened to a couple of her videos from a couple of the trainings, and then also last week's coach training. Right, last week? No, the week before that? Last week? I don't know, something like that. Anyways, I went back and remembered that. And when I was sitting there, she's like, you have to let them know that they need to be doing this, all of this, not just eating this and not just doing the workouts. They have to be doing the workouts and they have to be eating with the program. And I knew I had been slacking on eating with the program. So I was like, screw it. If I'm going to hold myself fully accountable, then I am most certainly going to hold them fully accountable. So it's called Project Get Results. There's going to be before and after photos, before and after measurements and weight. Yeah, I'm like super pumped about this if you couldn't tell. And there is also going to be 100% following the thing. And what I mean by 100% is like, you're either going to follow the nutrition or you're not. And the nutrition, everybody thinks that it's so hard to follow, but it's kind of like, it's kind of like low carb, I guess, because you're just aware of all of your nutrients going into your body, okay? And I feel like with low carb, or at least what I've done of low carb, that's pretty much what I did. Well, I strayed away from the containers because I thought that I had my shit together. And eventually you don't. Like eventually you just start eating bigger portions again. So you have to revisit the containers and like bring yourself back to earth and be like, you can't eat like shit. You can't keep eating like shit. Although the fair is this week and it's been awful. Except for tonight. I had pulled pork that my husband smoked yesterday, and my mom fried, yes, it was in butter, so it wasn't like, but she fried sweet corn, which was like really good. I hadn't had that in years. So as I was thinking about all this stuff, I'm like, okay, I'm going to hold myself 100% accountable. The meal, the To Be Mindset, and the Ultimate Portion Fix, both of them have in there, like what you do. Like if you want a glass of wine, Ultimate Portion Fix calls for that. So like it has a thing in there that says like where you would put that in your containers. Okay. So there's no excuse for that. First of all. Second of all, they give you desserts that you can have. So there's no excuse for that either. So if you want something sweet, then you go to that list and you say, okay, this is what I want. This is what I can make, or this is what I can have. End of story. And so, I think that I really just want all of these girls to be in. So kind of the interesting thing that I talked about today in our diamond training about, the meetups and thinking out of the box and all this stuff, it really just kind of flows right in with this. But I ended up, I don't know, unexpectedly kind of meeting up with somebody. Of course you can. Yes. Come on, babes. Okay. So everybody, when I was talking about this stuff, I was like, oh, I'm going to Fostoria today. And then I was like thinking about like, on my way to Fostoria, I was thinking about people that I would have join this. And I was like, I have been trying to get one of my girlfriends to do this for a really long time. Like probably as long as I've started this, okay? And as long as I've been doing Beachbody coaching. Maybe even before that, because I think I tried to get her to do it with me when I started. And then all of a sudden she was like, it like, I don't know, bounced into my head. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's from over here. Why don't I just stop it and see her? So I texted her, and she had a repairman come in for her dishwasher. So I literally just stopped in and I was like, hey, what are you doing? And I stopped and seen her horse and her like mini farm that she's got going on over there, which is pretty awesome. And she was talking about how she hasn't been feeling fantastic, and like she's kind of been in a little bit of a rut and like all of these things. And I'm like thinking in my head, like, oh my God, you'd be like perfect for this accountability group, And she looked at me and she's like, I just wish I had more accountability. I'm like, am I speaking this right now? I don't think so. I think I'm just thinking it. I don't think I just said that. And she like starts laughing at me because she said I had this like weird look on my face. And I was like, what? And she like starts laughing. I'm like, are you okay? And she's like, yeah, you're like over there in like deep trend, like super, super thought. And like, you're like off in no man's land for a while. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I have something I need to ask you. And so I literally was like, okay, I'm starting this thing. It's called Project Get Results. And I want you to join. And I said, but here's the thing. And this is what us coaches have to really remember is that we can only want something for one of our challengers so much. Okay. So I want a lot of things for my coaches and I want a lot of things for my challengers, but they have to want it for them. And the people that I want in this Project Get Results are the people that want results. And at first I was thinking, okay, well, maybe I'll just have like, I don't know, 5 or so people. And then I thought, well, why can't I run like 3 groups with 5 or so people? Because we were just talking about this. If they know there's only 5 people and they know all of them 5 people, they're more likely to be in like all in that one. Okay. So I don't care what they call their team. You know what I mean? And they don't have to know that I've got 3 groups running. Okay. All they need to know is that when I talk about Project Get Results, they think it's them. Okay, so it's all about how you word things. I really, really was it just is so interesting that like this whole thing ended up like working right in with my diamond training thing earlier, which was like completely sporadic because today has been a hot mess. But so I literally decided that that's what I was gonna do. So what I did was I asked my sister to do this. I told her she had to be all in though. And what she said right away was, "Oh, well, is it okay if I ask Elaine?" Yeah, of course it's okay if you ask Elaine. Like, yes, that sounds fantastic. And so she asked Elaine. Elaine is all in. And now, so my friend Alyssa, so all of us know each other, which is great. So Alyssa, Elaine, Ashley, me. There's one more. No, maybe not. Maybe there's only 4 of us. I don't know. Anyways, there's like 4 or 5 of us. Oh, I think there's only 4 of us because I invited Alyssa and then Ashley invited Elaine. So it's like the team of A's, which is kind of funny. So I thought about calling us the A team. And then, so I also got to thinking about my list here. So these are my previous challengers. You see that whole list of crazy people on here? That's a lot. That's a lot. So just like, it's kind of funny that Jenny just said this, but like some people hop into some groups, some people don't. Some people run their own thing, some people don't. Some people work out during the winter because they're not in their busy season. I know I've got a couple of women that have husbands who farm, and they literally can't work out during harvest because either A, they're doing everything with their kids and they're making dinner and taking it to their husband, or the other woman actually farms with her husband. So they get up at 7 a.m. and they work until 11, 12 o'clock at night. And so I totally understand these things. She's being active. Why would I want her to be exhausted when she's already being more active than what she normally is? So I don't push her. But what that made me think about was some of these ladies that are on here and have, I guess, quote unquote, failed. But I don't feel like, so we were just talking about this earlier the other day too with our diamond crew over here. Why do we take failure so personally? I looked at this list of challengers, and honestly, I can count on one hand how many of these challengers are actually like really active. And I can count on another hand how many of these coaches are really active. And it about made me want to throw up because I'm a diamond coach with coaches who aren't using me as an asset. They're just out there. And I am going to personally message each one of these people. It's on my mission. I'm on a mission for it. And I am going to literally say, like, I don't care what you're doing. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care what you've done in the past, and I don't care how you think that you're going to get there tomorrow. But today is the day that you need to just say yes for you. Not tomorrow, not the next day, and not yesterday, okay? Today is the day that you have to say yes to you. I know that it's $160. I get it. I think I'm going to let them know about the challenge packs, and I'm just going to tell them that they can do so I don't know about you, Jenny, but I'm kind of running ragged on this. I'm thinking about having each group do their own workout. Because, like, if you want to do MBF, I'm going to put you in the A team over here. If you want to do lift 4, then I'm going to put you in this group. And if you want to do bar blend, I'm going to put you in this group. Because if you want to get results, you want to be with people that are doing the programs like you, that you're like, like you. So I don't know, I counted actually 6 or 7 girls on here that have either had babies in the last 6 weeks or within the last 3 months. And I thought, I'm going to get a hold of them and maybe talk to them about Bar Blend. That's the beauty of Beachbody On Demand, okay? So literally, I've been trying to get my sister to do this for freaking ever. For freaking ever, okay? And so I was not posting on her stuff when she posted in the Warrior Women chat group because I was a little Haiti with her for a little bit. But literally, I was like, oh, now, out of the blue, in the middle of nowhere, you show the hell up? I haven't even talked to you about any of this stuff. And then the one day she posted on her page and said, like, my sister's killing it. And I was like, well, she's watching. And I was like, that just validated everything that I needed to know. Like, this work isn't for nothing. It isn't just for me. Like, it is literally the work that you do and that you put out there is not just for you, and it won't ever just be for you. Our goal is for it to be for other people too. And I literally just had one of my newest coaches message me and say that she got her first challenger. You know why? Because she posted 3 days in a row. 3 days in a row. That's all it took. For her sister to want to join in. I'm telling you what, everybody thinks family is the easiest to get. No. They want to know if you're all in before they make the leap with you. And it's taken 3.5 years for my sister to make this leap, okay? And I have been like so damn excited to get her into this because her and her husband would like to have a baby, and she's got some PCOS stuff, and she had surgery about, what's it been, 3 months ago now. She ended up having a tumor growing on her ovary. No, yeah, or in her cervix. I don't know, something like that. But if it ended up being cancer, they were going to take it out when they were in there, and they didn't think that it was cancer, so they left everything alone in there. They just took what they could of the cyst, and they thank God she still got her uterus, so she's excited because she can still have babies, and like she has a whole new light for everything in her life, because she feels like she kind of got this like renewed like thankfulness and gratefulness, and so she's super pumped. And she's been posting, and so is this other coach that like they've been there this whole time, you know, and they've never like jumped on the bandwagon, you know, and but they want results. And so I literally just messaged my coach and I was like, oh my gosh, it's so funny that you just added your first challenger, because I literally just decided that I was going to do this thing today, and it's called Project Get Results. And I think you and your sister would be perfect for it. And I was like, you should totally join me. And she was like, oh, that sounds great. And I said, okay, do you think you and your sister have anybody else that they would like to join? And she was like, oh, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to ask a couple girls. And I was like, listen, you and I are coaches. We are going to make it our personal mission to get them results. Okay, so you're going to check in with them every day, whether it's in the morning, in the evening, whenever they work out, you're going to check in with them and be like, oh, how was your workout? And it's not hard. I mean, I think a lot of people think that checking in with people and messaging people and making maybe small talk is fake, I guess. Is that what I want to say? Is that what I want to say? Like, I think people think that like we as an MLM, I really hate that term, but we as an MLM like just try to get you to talk to us so that we can then like squeeze in this little like, oh, you should work out with me if you feel like shit, or like, I mean, I think it's so ridiculous. But because I don't know about you ladies, I'm looking at Jenny and T in my thing, even Melissa, I mean, I don't like, it's not my goal. How do I want to say that? Like, I legitly want to know how these people are doing. Like, I don't care if it leads them to Beachbody. I care about how they're doing in life. And that's what makes you successful. It's not that you're trying to believe me, when I first started, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to take this thing and I'm going to copy and paste it and I'm going to send it to a whole bunch of people. Now, granted, I got some of these people out of that, okay? But you see where they're at. They're on the fail list. Because they didn't want to do it. Okay? They literally decided that they were going to do it on a whim and then didn't stick with it. So why not reach out to some of the girls that you know that need it, and you're going to give them like a personal, like you're going to have that be like a personal mission of yours to get them results. Okay? So they know they're not going to be alone. Like they know that they're going to be with you in this. And so I'm like super pumped about it because I honestly think, oh, hey, there's Alicia. Have you been listening, Alicia? Okay, awesome. Alicia actually messaged me and she's like, oh my gosh, this is such a good idea. I am so in. And I was like, yay. So please take this back to your teams. I mean, make this a big freaking deal, okay? Be like, and even if you only want to, let's say you only want to, if you can't juggle 4 teams, don't do it. Okay? Don't do it. If you can only juggle 1 and you need 3 people in that team, do that. Don't juggle too much, okay? If, like I know, one of the girls just went back to work. Kristen, she just went back to work. If she doesn't think that she can do like, 6 or 7 or 8 people, don't do that. Only do what you can handle. And that really will get those people started on such a good foot. And I'm telling you what, once they get results, they're going to be hooked. They're either A, going to keep doing it and they're going to be your biggest supporters. Okay? Or B, they're going to keep doing it and they're going to ask people to do it with them. So what I've been failing in, and I can honestly say this, is I have been assuming that the girls that join me are in it as much as I am. And out of this whole thing, Hannah Kelly, Alicia, Hannah Vermillion, Jill Hill, now my sister, she was one of my first challengers. They're really, yeah, out of this whole list, they really are the only ones that are still like on fire doing this. I'm sure there are others, they just don't talk to me, but like on, the daily basis or whatever. And I know that there are probably 5 of them in there that are seasonal, and I get that too. But seriously, if you can do this, and the crazy thing is it's nothing different than what we do on a daily basis. It's nothing different. It's just thinking about it differently for people that have a hard time with MLMs. They think they're helping you out by getting results. That's what they think. That's what my team, that's what the group of girls so far that I've got in it think, that they're going to help me out because it's called Project Get Results. I need their results. And I told them I would really love to boost my my business. And I think that I want to take it to the next level. And I told them that I needed some more girls to get results. And so they think they're helping me, which is kind of funny. I got them in because they think they're helping me. And I'm really only trying to help them. But they don't know that. Like, they don't think that. And that may be the difference for some people. And the crazy thing is, literally, Alyssa looked at me today and she goes, oh no, I can do this. I've been eating like this already. And I was like, so it's not going to be, that part isn't going to be difficult. I said, So what's going to be difficult? And she's like, the working out part. And I said, 20 to 45 minutes. There's different ones, 20 minutes to an hour of things that you can, of workouts that you can do. Okay. You pick a program, and seriously, yeah, for real, it does seem like sometimes people are backward, but they're going to pick a program and they're literally going to be like, okay, I'm all in on this. And I'm like, it's 3 weeks. Do not pick any more than 3 weeks. So I wanted them to pick a 3-week program because I wanted to see results at 3 weeks. Okay. And then if they want to continue with Project Get Results, then they can continue with Project Get Results, and we'll go to like 6 weeks. If they decide that they want to continue, then we'll go to 9 weeks. Now, I am going, they don't know this yet, but I have gifts that I've been kind of collecting, and I'm super pumped about it. For the girls that make it to 3 weeks, for the girls that make it to 6 weeks, and for the girls that make it to 9. I love giving gifts. It's like, it makes me feel so good. I just realized that I had 2 addresses on this envelope right here, and I forgot that they were on there. But when I went to counseling on Wednesday in Findlay, I dropped 2 packages off on these doorsteps, and they didn't even know who they were from. It was like the best feeling in the world. One of the girls actually messaged me and asked me if it was me. I was like, oh, I'm not really sure what you're talking about. And she's like, oh, I could have sworn it was you because it said something about like it was a workout journal or something. I was like, oh, that means you just have to join me in Beachbody. And she was like, I really should. And I'm like, no, you really should. And so it was just kind of funny that that's how it went. But one of the girls said earlier in the group chat that it was so awesome. I think it was Ellen. Like when girls come to you for workout advice, one of these girls on the bottom of this list actually just had a baby like 3 weeks ago, and maybe 4 weeks ago. And she said that she is starting to feel like crap and like just about herself and everything else. And I was like, okay, you don't have to work out. We don't have to work out. Let's focus on your eating. That way you don't lose your supply. You won't have anything to worry about. You could focus on your eating still, and you can still do the things that you want to do. And there are cheat times on there when you could, I don't know, make yourself a brownie or something. It's whatever, you know? And she was super excited, but she reached out to me. And honestly, I didn't think that our relationship with Beachbody was that, her and I's relationship as a Beachbody coach and challenger was that good. But she still reached out to me. So evidently I was misunderstood with, you know, her dedication. I think maybe she was, and you never know what people are feeling. And Jenny can attest to this too. You never know what people are going through, and you can only be empathetic, but you cannot let someone take you down either. Okay. So there's like a happy medium here. Okay. And this is kind of funny that this walked right into this, but there's a happy medium there. Okay. So I've had, you better bet your ass that on that list, there are people that have blamed me for them not doing as good as what they could have. And they're probably right to a little itty bitty certain extent, that maybe I didn't check on them enough or maybe whatever, but I add every single one of them damn people into our Warrior Women group. Every single one of them. It is up to them whether or not they make it what they want it to be. They can decide to do it at first and then fall off, come back. They can do it as much as they want. They can work out 4 days a week and they can work out 7 days a week, and it does not matter to me. It's up to them because they have to want it more than you do for them. They do. And I've had coaches get crappy with me because they're not far enough in the business, or I literally am looking at one of them right now. She literally thought that because she, you know, did so well at the beginning that she was going to do fantastic. And I was like, I understand what you're saying, but I mean, you have to keep doing that. You have to keep doing that. And unfortunately, I mean, she kind of decided that this wasn't for her, I guess, in the long run. But I mean, she's got a great career doing what she's doing. So, I mean, I guess that's not upset. I mean, that's up to her, you know what I mean? And I mean, I know that I've had people on here that are challengers that decided that they were really just going to focus on their family, or they were really just going to focus on their work or whatever they wanted to do. And that's fine. But what I want them to see is that if they focus on them, their relationship will get better, and their relationship with their kids will get better, and their relationships with themselves will get better. And that is really, really what it's about. Because you can work as hard as you want, but you know what I'm finding out? They'll replace you before your obituary gets posted. So we literally work our asses off for places and people. I don't even know how to say it. I am so dedicated when I do something. And I may get in funks, and my anxiety may kick my ass sometimes, and my depression may kick my ass other times. But if you need my help, I will hands down 100% drop whatever I'm doing to help you. Okay? And I do that a lot for my customers that I have currently with work. And the people that pay me, I don't really know that they care. I mean, I make money for me and I make money for them, and they're happy about that, but that's it. Like, they're just like, okay, whatever. And I have been thinking more and more about what I'm going to do with this, because Beachbody doesn't take advantage of me. And Beachbody fills my cup. And it's come up so many freaking times in the last month here, what I'm going to do. But I have kind of just decided that I'm going to take my customers that I have currently and do that. And I don't get, I guess, quote unquote, do the job that I'm paid for, sell their equipment for them with the customers that I have currently. And I'm not going to do anything but unless it's a referral. I'm not going to go knock on doors and ask for more business. I'm not going to do any of that stuff. I would like to focus more on my Beachbody business, and that's kind of where I'm at right now, because I know how much better it makes me feel inside, and for myself, and to help people, and to help people that care. And so, like, that's where I'm at with it. And I will be darned if I am going to let a challenger or a coach tell me that I'm not doing my best, because sometimes I don't even want to roll out of bed. So if I'm talking to you, you're getting a lot more from me than a lot of other people. And so I think that we have to remember that us as coaches have lives too, and we have struggles too. And we don't have to let those things be excuses to not do as good of a job, but we can have mental health days here too. Okay, we don't have to be, I mean, not that I didn't love seeing Jenny's face all morning, but I actually thought to myself, good for her for not being there 100% of the time. Like, good for her for taking a whatever 6-hour, whatever it was, 4-hour break and doing some stuff with her family. Like, I don't expect, if you think you're going to see me every hour of the day, you're probably with the wrong coach, because that's not going to be me. If you want somebody that's there for you every hour of the day, then by all means, go find them. I will more than happily recommend you to whoever that you think you need to be with. Because honestly, I think that's what we have to remember. The people that are out there that relate to us are going to be there with us. And the people that don't relate to us probably shouldn't be our challengers, and probably shouldn't be our coaches. So if you've got somebody on your team, and no matter how much it hurt, I don't care if I'm diamond and I'm going to lose my diamond status because somebody isn't right for my team. I'm going to take that person and be like, here, Jenny, here's this person. that I've got, blah, 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 this is all about this person, and what do you think I should do with her? And then she's going to be like, oh, I've got 6 people in that area, blah, 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 but this person fits the best. And then we're going to be like, okay, great. Go ahead. Like, you've got this. If you can relate to her better, then that's fantastic. Jenny, actually, I mean, I'm talking to a couple of people from the upper area that are Jenny's challengers, and I don't have any, I mean, I honestly have no shape or form. I don't have any sense of taking them from her. If they want to continue with her, that's great. I will still message them and chat with them if they want to chat with whatever. So far we're getting a little bit of results, so that's good with them. I'm hoping to get a little bit more. And if ever they say, hey, can I switch coaches, then okay, we'll talk about that then. But if they never say it, then we're not switching. It'll be fine. It really will be fine. I believe that those things like that come back around and they kind of kiss you later, like in a good way. You know, you help somebody out, the universe helps you out. If you send a package, to somebody just to cheer up their day, the universe helps you out. I think that's maybe a little bit weird, but because it's really hard to make all that make sense. But I'm not a perfect person. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. So if there's anything, and this is something too, Jenny was saying something the other day about how people come to her and they spill their guts. A lot of the times she doesn't have to ask them if they're working out because they just automatically tell her. And I think maybe because I've been doing this for so long, people do that to me too. If I'm messaging them and asking them how their day's going, they're like, oh, I need to work out. And I'm like, no, how's your mental health? Like, I don't care about that. I mean, I do, but not right now. How are you doing mentally? You just had a baby. Like, I don't expect you to be working out. In fact, you probably should not be. And then, like, we go back through that whole thing, And so I guess one of the things that I wanted to make sure that all of us knew is that there are great things that we can be thinking about. And I want to share the outside of the box things that I've got going on because it's only going to benefit everybody if we're all thinking outside the box. Because what's better than one person thinking outside the box? It's 150 people thinking outside the box. That is, I mean, if we can't come up with some pretty fucking cool ideas as a group of 150 coaches, then I don't know who else is going to be able to. I mean, I think T has a great idea of bringing everybody together and getting them together for chili, and I think those things are awesome. I mean, Alicia and I have talked about it. We may not ever get some of our girls to join unless they come to the chili party and realize that these people are real people. We may never get some of these people to say yes to Beachbody if they don't see us as real people. And so, if nothing else, next weekend, I would love to just photograph us more, video us talking, just chatting, having conversations about how we are real people and how we do struggle with a lot of the same things and how we can be relatable, but we are also a kick-ass team. And if you mess with one of us, we're probably going to get you. Okay, I think I'm done. I'm like, okay, I ran out of things to say. I don't know, we were supposed to watch a video, but it's 8:57.
I do that all the time.
Yeah, so we're not going to do that, but I wanted to kind of do a Q&A here for the next 5-10 minutes to ask you ladies what you need from us. What are you struggling with as a coach? Do you struggle with talking to people? Do you struggle with posting? Do you struggle with coming up with new ideas? Do you not know what some of your people want? Anybody have any questions? Oh, come on, don't be shy.
I mean, I'll go. I know I just hopped on, so I completely missed everything because I'm at work tonight.
That's okay.
But I know as I'm getting prepared to kind of start getting into this, mine is definitely, as much as I feel like I am an influencer and I've had people comment to me, I feel my reaching out to people and trying to help them is something I'm going to struggle with.
Okay. Number one, you have to be confident, babe. You have to know that you're an influencer. Okay? Those people aren't contacting you because you're Joe Schmo down the street. They're contacting you because they think that they see something in you that they like. Okay? So you have to know that. You have to know that they're coming to you because they want your opinion, not because they want you to give them some bullshit answer that the next person would give them. Okay? I'm serious. You laugh, but it's a thing. I mean, it's all of us have had to overcome this at some point in time or another. Okay? And so you have to know that you are special. Okay? You're special to them, and they may really think highly of you and you don't even know that. But they're contacting you for a reason, okay? And so it's some of the main things I ask right away are, what are you trying to accomplish? Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to lose inches? Do you want to feel better? Do you want to sleep better? What do you want to accomplish? A. B, just like T said, how many hours a week do you have to dedicate to this? And if they say none, then you have to say, then I need you to think down deep, really inside, if you really want this or not. Because we're not going to waste our time working with each other if you're not ready for this. Because I'm going to need this out of you 30 minutes a day or 20 minutes a day if they decide to do T20, whatever it may be. I'm going to need 20 to 30 minutes of you out of you a day. And I'm going to need you to try your hardest on your food. You may not be perfect, and you're certainly not going to be perfect at the beginning. But if you can promise me that you're going to start here and you're going to work your way into the eating, okay, then that's great. I would say the other thing I try to ask them is, do they need me to contact them every day? Or do they need me to contact them every week? I tell them that we've got a great group in our Warrior Women group and that they can post. Some people don't. Some people, that's enough. They're okay with having 50 girls in there commenting, all day, like, just in and out. They're okay with that as accountability. Some of them I have like messenger groups with. That helps them a little bit better. I'm not gonna lie to you, I've got 2 or 3 girls that I text probably every other day to see if they did their workout. Now, is that above and beyond? Probably. But like T said, that's where we want to be. Be the coach that you needed before you started. Be the coach that you wanted to contact you before you started, so that you can get somebody in it before they get to where you were when you started. You want to make an impact on them so that they don't get where you were. You know what I mean? And I think that that's a lot of the things that we have to think about. You have to have confidence first, though. So you need to know that they're coming to you for a reason. Okay? So look at yourself in the mirror every day and be like, I'm a badass. Hey, listen, for a while I had to do that. At the beginning of this whole entire journey, I literally, that was actually something from my counselor was like, your self-confidence sucks. Sucks. She's like, you have to work on that. I'm like, okay, well, I'm reading this book. She's like, no. Like, and I love my counselor. She's literally like me. She's like, this bullshit of you going around smiling all the time is not doing it for you either. Fake smiling is not going to do anything for you. I know that it's supposed to release different hormones or whatever, but she was like, I seriously want you, when you're starting to feel down or you're starting to doubt yourself, you need to look in the mirror and be like, I'm a badass. I birthed 3 kids, and just start naming all of these things that are awesome about you. And I'm like, okay, I'll see what I can do. So she made me write up like this little list of things, that reasons I was a badass, and like kind of things that I was thankful for too, that all worked in hand. But she's like, it doesn't have to be like 3 minutes long, you know. She's like, that's probably a little bit much. That's probably on the conceited side of things. But she's like, you know, just name like 3 things about you, and it can be 3 different things if you want it to be. But look at yourself in the mirror every day and be like, you're a badass, and you're gonna conquer this day because you are great, and you are fantastic. Kind of like, I think it might have been Kristen. She was like, speak it into the world, or it might have been Amanda. Amanda might have said it. Yeah, I think it might have been Amanda. She was like, speak it into the universe, you know, make it happen. And I really had to do that. And Jenny's had to remind me a few times throughout this journey, you know, they're coming to you for a reason. And that's important. Okay, anybody else?
Especially just to like kind of add on to that too, like it is there. I remember that when I had to like remind Alicia, because she was like, this person, like she said it like their name, like they were somebody more important than her, is how I kind of felt like she was coming off. It's like, can you believe this person is messaging me? And I was like, yeah, I can. Like, look at you, you're killing it in our hometown. Like, of course they're messaging you for that, you know? And I think she kind of made her go, oh yeah, I guess people are noticing like what I'm doing. And I think sometimes like when we're just like on go mode too, like we forget to realize that these people are seeing us from the outside and they're going, holy crap, look at like what all she's doing. Like look at, like they're really, I promise they're seeing it, especially if, you know, they're like Alicia or me and we're freaking posting every single day. Like when we're posting every single day, you're going through the motions sometimes. Like you don't realize how much you're changing, but like when somebody's watching you, like they're seeing it completely different. You're like, oh, I'm just posting. But like they're reading from their perspective and like they're going to watch you differently. And so I don't think she realized like what an impact that she had until I was like, well, duh, they're coming to you. Who else are they going to go to? You know? And so I think that's true, is like sometimes just like owning that confidence factor. And the same thing for you, Annabelle, and even like Brooke, I just saw you saying like I struggle with that too, is like owning that confidence of like, this is why this person's coming to you. They came to ask you. I love that you even said that, Alicia. I was like, yes, that's exactly right. Like this person came to you for your advice. Don't second guess it. Like be confident and say like, wow, this person like needs my advice. I'm going to step up and rise to the occasion and make sure I give them the best advice that I can possibly think of. Right? Like I'm not going to second guess it. I'm going to be like, yeah, let me help you. Not, oh my God, I can't believe they want me. And be like, dude, I'm on it. What do you need from me? I'm here. Like, let me give you whatever it is that you need. So I love that too. So I just wanted to make sure that I commented on that. If anybody else had any other questions, I love this idea. And maybe we can even start doing this more often, just stuff that comes up throughout the week, leaving a little bit more Q&A. This is also kind of what we've been doing, or what we did the last 2 days for the action hour on Warrior Hour, or like the Warrior Action Hour from 8 to 9 on Tuesday and Wednesday. We really just did a lot of like back and forth talking. Like Bethany had a specific situation that was happening right at that time when she was like, hey, so and so is asking me what I should, or how do I approach this girl that's da da da. And like we like back and forth it right then. Like and like, so right in the question, I talked to her about it. She was like, okay, if she says this, I'm gonna say this. And like, we just really hashed it out like right away, which was really kind of cool. Cause I think sometimes we run into situations and then we're like, oh, I need to ask them about that. And then we don't, right? Or we forget or something like that. So I'm trying to be more, I really want to be more interactive. Absolutely. So I really appreciate that, Alicia, that you're kind of starting to, I didn't even say anything about it, but you're doing it. So the wavelengths must be on the same on the same path, which is good. Does anybody else have any other questions that they think of like right off the bat? Anybody else dealing with anybody like struggling challengers? Or I love the idea of putting people in like tiny little groups. I thought about even like going back through my challengers and be like, what are you working on? If you're not working on one, like pick one of my 3 test groups. Like, saying, like, calling them like little test groups and being like, okay, well, I have a bar blend test group, I have a VIP coach test group, and I have this kind of test group. Like, which one do you want to be part of? They're all going to be 10 people each or 5 people each, whatever you feel comfortable with your people, and like coaching and like placing them in tiny little groups rather than being like, hey, we're doing 30 people on MBF. Like, more being like, I'm doing 5 people in lift 4 people in bar blend, 3 people in the running group. Like, maybe really even try and segment it up smaller.
Yeah, and I just was trying to make sure that I knew that they needed to be all in.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
Like, I need this test group to be 100%. You know what I mean? I want results. No excuses.
No half-ass in here.
Never, ever. Yeah, right.
Go ahead, Allison. What's up, lady?
Yeah. Lady.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so my challengers, either I hear from them, either I have a few that I hear from all the time in our chat, or I have the ones that are just like ghosts. Not that they aren't there, but they'll chime in when they come back into it, and they're always appreciative that it's there. But then when I go to I do follow up. I try to be as consistent with, at least with the folks that I've got, to check in individually, periodically, but then I get nothing. So I don't really know how to break through that barrier. I just don't. And it's been a barrier that I've dealt with now for a long time.
You get that.
I would say that I definitely struggle with this too, though, because I mean, I've got a coach right now who she would love to be a coach, but she won't even message. I mean, she's a coach, but she doesn't have anybody yet, or she's got a couple of challengers, but she doesn't have any coaches underneath of her, and she won't even message me back hardly. When she wants, like, on her time, she will, and that's fine. I mean, not that my time's invaluable, but like, if I'm not doing anything, I'm most definitely gonna message her back. You know what I mean? But I think one of the things that matters is that you're messaging her. And sometimes that's all that matters. So, like, I check in with her. I probably have checked in with her 5 times and she's ghosted me every single time. And I know she reads it, but she doesn't say anything back. And then I think to myself, but I'm making the effort. So the only 2 things that we can control in our lives are our attitude and our effort. And that's what we're doing. And so I think that it's taken me a little while, but I had to, like, sit down and be like, I did that. Like, I did my part. Now you've got to come back with something. You know what I mean? And I've said like 5 different things. Like, the one time I told her that she was absolutely killing it because her biceps are freaking killer. And then the second time that I said something to her, I was like, okay, how are things going? Like, I just want to check in, see what's going on. Like, are you struggling with anything, or is everything going great? Nothing. The next time I said something like, I know that this is coming up and this is coming up. Would you like to do either one of them with me? Stuff like that. So if you think that this is going to be this, the project Get Results, I don't know how far along you came in, Allison.
Halfway through, sorry. I had
No,
I had
that's okay.
stuff going on, and then now I'm sitting here waiting for band to get out.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get busy. Believe me, my life has been crazy here lately. But I decided that I was going to come up with this thing, and it kind of just hit me all at once. But I decided to do this thing. It's called Project Get Results. And what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to put, like, if I've got to check in with these 4 or 5 people every day, then I'm going to do that. If I find that there are 10 people that want to do it and they want to do like 2 different groups, as in like 2 different workouts, then I'm going to put 4 or 5 people over here and 4 or 5 people over here. I think that this would be perfect to get new coaches started out on. If they can have something called Project Get Results, that can get that can give them a little bit of a boost on their end for starting coaching. If they get, let's say in the next, say they started a week ago, in the next 3 weeks, if in a month they can get girls results, that's going to be pretty freaking cool. That's going to jumpstart their business, and it's going to be like, boom, And that's really what we were talking about. But I
Okay.
have that same problem. So
Well, and that's the thing, like, you know, even no, I like your idea. I love your idea. It's a great idea. I think it's great. Problem I'm thinking is, okay, I'll say that and then they'll get into that, but then they won't do anything. They won't post anything. You know what I'm saying? What happens when that happens?
I
I think
I just seriously, I can't waste my time. I'm telling you, don't waste your time. Like
Yeah.
you cannot make people drink the juice.
Oh yeah.
You know, and that's my thing is like, and I've had times where I've been like, I'm checking with them, I really want them to get it. And sometimes you have to be willing to just be like,
Fuck
okay,
it.
like
I've said that.
I'm just gonna go over here. I'm gonna find new people and I'm gonna start coaching them, and they're gonna feel left behind, and eventually they will or they will not come along. But if they don't, at least you didn't waste any more time with them. To honestly, even if they're your friends, even if they're your family,
Yeah.
I've had to leave my sister in the dust. I love her to death. I had to leave her in the dust. I said, see you later. But you know
Yeah.
what? Almost 5 years later, my sister's back around and losing 25 pounds again and is back on her shit because she realized again, damn it, I do want to do this. And it wouldn't have happened if I still would have been sitting right beside her going, come on, come on. I was just like, dude, bye. Like I've got goals to hit and I've got people to succeed. And if you're not going to do the work and be here, then boom, I'm going to go find somebody else that will. And when you're ready, you know where I am.
I was
Like,
just gonna say that. Tough
yeah.
love. I wouldn't like just I don't think Jenny means this, but I wouldn't just like leave them. Like I wouldn't just like not comment, but I would like literally tough love them. I would be like, okay, girls, like here we are, we're doing this thing, and it was supposed to be called Project Get Results, and all of you, I'm assuming, have fallen off because you're not posting anything. So if you're not gonna check in with me, then I'm gonna need something more. You know, this was a test group for a reason, and I needed you girls to be 100%. So if you're not going to be, then I need us to either get focused or move on. You know, I'm gonna have to add another person to this group, or something. And don't be like catty about it. You know, you never know what's going on in their lives. Maybe it just did not work out for them. So far, I think the 4 girls that I've got that are ready to do this, I think that they're already ready to do this. And I think that that's up to you to decide too. If you think they're ready, but they've tried 2 or 3 times and not ever succeeded, I don't know. Maybe this isn't for them. You know what I mean? Maybe you just coach them along the side and you don't tell them about the Project Get Results and you move on to somebody else. That's definitely up to you.
I'm liking it though. Get tough. And that doesn't mean you have to, like she said, like Alicia, it doesn't mean you have to be like rude or like, but they just, when you kind of take yourself more seriously, this is what it's about. Taking yourself more seriously, that you don't allow people to mess with your time. Like they know if they're joining your group, that's what you expect from them. And like that's it, is taking yourself more seriously and saying, the people that deserve my time are the people that are also going to put the time in. So I'm not going to continue giving my time to people that aren't even willing to put in the 20 minutes for a workout. Like they don't deserve your time because like they're wasting it if they're kind of BSing around, you know? And so, and sometimes for them to step up and actually take it seriously, you have to be willing to say, it's unacceptable. You asked for my help. I told you what it was expected. How can we figure this out? You know, and sometimes, right, they're gonna rise to the occasion and sometimes they might fall to the wayside. And I've had to say bye to friends that like literally just couldn't hack it. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I just either you, and then they'll go and do something else, and then I see them do something else and do something else and do something else, and I'm like, oh, they'll probably come back around because I've been doing this the whole time, staying consistent, not trying other things, doing other things. I'm like, You know what I mean? Like, you know how hard it is to start and stop something new all the time? Like, rather than just staying consistent with one thing.
And you don't think that's expensive?
Yeah, right? Like, you guys, like, think of like all those starter kits, and well, and see, and that's how they get it too, because they do starter kits probably, or starter deals and stuff like that, and they're not willing to just invest the money that it takes to be in it consistently. So you have to be willing to recognize those people as well. Is this a seasonal person, or is this a person that's going to be around for a long time? Is this person looking for a quick deal to get Shakeology for a month? Okay, cool, recognize that. Or is this somebody that's going to be putting the work in, putting the time in, being dedicated, and then you can give them back to that, or like you can reciprocate that as well. You have to kind of recognize people for what they're needing. And I think that's where that little consultation before you're ever even selling them the challenge pack is so important. What are your requirements? How much time do you have to commit to this? You know, what are you expecting from me? Do you need me to check in daily, or like, can I sign you up and like, you're good, I'll check in with you. You have questions, you come to me. Like, what do you expect from me as well? Because that can really help. Like Alicia said, you know, where people come and say, oh, well, I didn't get results, and they're blaming you, or, oh, I'm not sending up people, but I'm not getting guidance from a coach. It's like, maybe in that beginning, there was a disconnect between what she expected and what Alicia was giving or expecting, or, you know what I mean? Like, what was the disconnect there? And I've had that several times, you know. I mean, it happens. Sometimes people have higher expectations, or they have expect less work. That's usually the one. They didn't realize it was going to be so much work. And that's when I actually really also started shifting my posting, where I don't make it seem easy. I don't want to post the workout that move that I did was easy, where I could do 10 reps with no problem. I show the workout, or the one part where I struggled, because I don't want people to think these workouts are easy. I don't want people to think that coaching is easy, because then when they get into it and it's not, they have a disconnect, right? Yeah. So for me, I've just started really saying more, hey, this is really hard. This is not easy at all, but I'm still here. I'm still doing it. My girls are still showing up. We're still advancing. We're getting results, but it's because we're working hard.
You have to find, I want to add in a little bit to that.
Yeah.
We can probably wrap it up because it's like 20 after, but one of the things I also want to say though is you have to know those people, and you have to let them know though that, like, if they miss one workout, that you don't want them to quit. Okay, so you want to make it important to them that they put this in the forefront, because it's important that they do this in the forefront of their lives. But if for some reason they miss one workout, you don't want that to make them want to quit because they missed one workout. You want to tell them it's okay, you'll just be one day behind. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Okay, you didn't think you had time for a 20-minute workout, but you're going to try to catch up on 40 minutes tomorrow. Don't do that either. I mean, some of us can do that now. I mean, Melissa, if you've ever missed a workout and you had to do a double, I mean, you know how much I can kick your ass if you are not prepared for that. And so I think it's really important. I've done one in the morning, drank, recover, done one in the evening, and drank, recover again, because I was like, I am not going to wake up that bad. But I also stayed moving all day. So I never like really stopped to feel the burn from the first one, which I think is a little bit different too. If you are a sedentary person and you work out in the morning and then you're going to try to work out in the evening, and you didn't do anything to like keep yourself stretched or anything throughout that day, I think that's going to be really difficult. I think that it's very important though that we let these people know that if they missed one, that they can get back on the bandwagon. Like, they didn't fall off the wagon just because they missed one. They fell off the wagon because they stopped and didn't do it for a week. You know what I mean? Now let's regenerate, get back on it. Not that they can't, just that they got to get restarted. And it may take some people, I mean, I'm looking at this list like it's crazy, but like I have literally had so many people on this list restart and stop and restart and stop and restart and stop. So many times it's been ridiculous. But I never gave up on them when they wanted to put the work into it. Now, did I hound them and hound them and hound them and hound them like the second and third time they quit? No. The first time? Yes. Because I wanted more for them than what they wanted for themselves. But the second and third time they quit, then I realized that it's just not. I mean, I've got 15 coaches over here that care, and 5 more coaches of coaches, or 6, 8 more coaches of coaches. Like, I don't have a minute to spare sometimes in this crazy mom and wife and working life. It just doesn't work out like that. And so you have to put your time, value your time for what it really is. I love you, ladies. Thank you for giving us all your time. I appreciate it. Hopefully you valued what you got from me today. And if you didn't get to listen, then you can listen to the recording because Jenny recorded it.
Yes, I've gotten so good at this, you guys. Knock on wood. Don't like toot my own too much.
Don't worry, I'll remind you every time. It's fine.
Yes.
Alicia, I give you props
So.
because I think my struggle, because I've actually got like, what, 4 girls or something underneath me, like just challengers or whatever. And I'm trying, I kind of created my own little like Facebook Messenger group with them. And, you know, they're like people that I know closer to and stuff. So it's easy for me to reach out and always check in. But there's like weeks where I'm like good at it and I'm good at like posting things. And then there's other weeks like with working and the kids, and now Easton's in 2 sports and Aubrey's in gymnastics now. Their team, it's starting like 3 days a week now. Like, and work's been kind of crazy. And I don't know how you juggle all of it, because there's weeks that I'm good at it and there's weeks that I'm like, I can't even get on Facebook, and like, and then I feel like I'm missing out when like the coach, like
Messenger.
our group that we message in, and like, and then we got, oh my, and then our manager came up to us and I was late. Easton had a dentist appointment on Monday. So he's like, I just wanted to come and let you know that you met in the beginning of our Monday morning meeting. It's to everybody, but all you girls need to get off your phones and this and that. So then I'm like, oh my God, it's me. I know it's not me, it's other people, but like, so now I'm like, I'm missing out because I can't even message in our groups anymore, like during the day, because I'm afraid I'm going to get in trouble at work. And like, it's just, I don't know how. I give you props. I'm battling everything because I'm like, and I've been battling this cold. So then I'm like, like passing out early. I don't know. Some weeks I'm good at it, and then other weeks I feel like I'm just not on top of it, and I feel guilty all the time.
Really am glad that you brought this up, because this is something that has literally eaten me alive before. Okay, so here's the deal. Stop comparing yourself to us.
I know. I just feel bad. When one week I'm like really good, and there I am, guys, and then the next week I'm like,
no, your people picked you for a reason, love. They picked you because you do all of these things. Okay, they picked you because you're juggling this, and this. Are all of those people juggling all of that too? Because if they are, then they picked you for that. They know that you're not going to be able to be on top of it every single piece and part of every day. So don't think that they're like, I used to beat myself up so much because if somebody wanted me to check in with them every day and I didn't do it, I was like, oh man. And then I was like, wait, they didn't check in with me either. Like, if they didn't check in with me either, then it clearly, I mean, they had the option and they didn't do it. So, I mean, it's not, you know what I mean? I didn't catch that, Allison.
Oh, did Melissa's phone die?
Oh, so like when I'm having issues with like my family, because recently here it's been kind of a crisis these last several months. But like, I'm just honest with them. So like, I get up in the morning, I read my affirmation, I do my little thing, I work out, whatever. And then I take the time and I kind of give them some kind of positive or motivational or whatever I'm kind of thinking. But then like when I'm having moments where I'm just like, I'm not in it. I'm not in it. I don't feel in it. I am really depressed, or I'm really off, or I'm just like, I have nothing to give people. And I will just be like, listen, this is what's going on. Not like maybe all the details, but you know, when you're just feeling out of it, like,
And that's okay.
is anybody else feeling out of it, or is it just me? Or
No,
I'll say like,
that is totally
what do you
okay.
all do when you're feeling like, bah! And then like, I wait for the feedback.
I tell my challengers, I tell them,
Yeah.
I am so real with all of my people. I didn't get real
Me
with you to
too.
get you to not keep you. I got real with you so that you know that I'm a real fucking person and I feel things too. Okay? If I fell off the wagon and you're in my team, I expect you to message me and be like, "Are you okay? Are you all right?" Because I haven't heard from you today. Or I haven't heard from you in a week and that's kind of weird. I mean, because ultimately, that's why I'm building it. I mean, I build a team not only for other people, but for myself too. I build a team so that, I mean, Melissa, I was just saying, I don't get real. No, you're fine. I don't get real with people
Sorry.
to lose them. I get real with people to gain them. So I am going to be real with you. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, for the last 3 weeks, I have been bashing my head up against the wall trying to make sure that I can keep everything going. It fucking sucks a lot. Okay?
Yeah.
It sucks a lot. I went off of medication for 4 weeks. It was the craziest freaking 4 weeks of my life, I felt like. I didn't know if I was going to survive that 4 weeks. We went on vacation and drove 3,000 miles during that 4 weeks. I thought I was going to throw my kids out the car during that 4 weeks. I was glad my husband picked up a truck in Dallas, Texas, so we didn't have to be in the car together. I was like, I hope I get back to Ohio at some point in time. Like, it gets crazy. It gets hard. But what I mean by consistency when I coach and preach consistency is that you can be out of it for a day. You can be half-assing it in it for a week. You can half-ass it for a month. Okay? Those people have to know that you are not 100% of the time. It's not given to them. They are not entitled to your time. You gained them because they know that you're real and that they're juggling just as much as what you are. That's why you gained them. And if you gain them and they aren't juggling that much and they don't understand, then you don't need them in your life. They have to have empathy for you just like you had empathy for them to want to help them. And that is really, really, really important. So don't feel guilty. I used to say that to myself. Oh my gosh, I don't give it as much as what Jenny does, or I don't give it as much as what T does, or oh my gosh, this weekend she killed it. I work a job that I don't get to have 100% of my time here yet. We'll see how that goes for each coming up. But I hope that someday that this can be a thing. But we're building our farmhouse, and I'm at this point in time in my life, I can't just quit. I mean, I pay a majority of the bills for our family. So that makes it a lot more difficult. A lot of people don't know that. And so it's hard. It's freaking hard. And I don't ever want to tell people that it's easy. But damn it, when somebody tells me that they don't have enough time to do this, I want to punch them in the face. I'm like, okay. I'm like, wait a minute, what did you just say to me? Okay. All right. Well, on that note, I'll see you later. Good luck with that. I don't know what to tell you. I'm like, I've got a girl over here. I don't know. Alicia might not still be on. I got a girl over here getting up at 4:30 in the morning every freaking day to get her workout in so that she can go get her kid. I mean, she's only got one kid, but she says it like like that's only one kid, but I'm like, it's still a child. To get her kid up in the morning, to take her to her mom's house so that she can leave from there, go to work, get to work on time, work all day, come back home, and every Monday she catches drumming class. Like, come on. You know what I mean? Like, you have to give it your time. I mean, I just had the girl that just added her sister in the bod group and stuff, or with bod. She literally did not think she had enough time. And I was like, I know you have 4 kids. I know you just had twins. I get the stress, okay? But if you don't take 20 minutes out of your day for you, you're going to go crazy. Literally. Depression and anxiety are going to eat you alive. That's what's going to happen. You know why? I know, because it did it to me. Because I didn't do anything. Because I sat there on the couch and I binge watch every TV show that Netflix had to offer. Okay? I know. You have to get up. I don't care if you just go for a walk. I don't care if you get down on the floor and stretch yourself out. You just had a baby or 2 and you just got cut open to do it. You got to make sure that they're in it just as much as what you are for them. And that really, really is important. And I mean, Melissa, honestly, Allison, I think you too, you have to get to the point where you're not comparing yourself to other people, because your life will never be like mine. And my life's never going to be like Jenny's, and Jenny's is never going to be like any of your guys' either. I think each of us admire aspects of other people's lives, and we think that those are cool things, but they may admire the same different aspects of our lives. So you have to remember that we can change things up at any time. Okay. So I think a lot of the times we find comfort in the everyday, that we just do it because we just know that we're supposed to do it. And I'm finding out, and this is what I said at the beginning of the chat. I don't know if you guys heard it, but you can't give all of your time to a place or a business, because a lot of the times this is what I get swamped up in, is that I can't give all of my time to a place and a business that doesn't appreciate me as much as I appreciated it. Okay? But I appreciate my Beachbody business, and it appreciates me. Because if there's one person giving me shit, there's 10 telling me that I'm doing a fantastic job. Okay? And that person that's giving me shit probably didn't give it her all anyway. So it really is those things that you have to realize will always be there. And don't get me wrong, it's been really hard. My relationship with my husband has been the most awful it's ever been, ever, in the last 6 months. Okay, ever. If ever we were going to get divorced, it would have happened in the last 2 months. We're still married. So evidently we're still going to keep doing this thing, and we're still going to keep trying. I'm going to keep going to work. I'm going to keep going to counseling every week to keep shit together. Hopefully, I don't know if it's working, but we'll see. Maybe another year, I'll tell you. But I'm telling you, it's freaking hard. Life's freaking hard. But if we're open, even with a small group of people that we have, and even if you can be a little bit more open with them than what you can be with society, you'll feel better. And that's what I'm finding, is that if I can add 10 people to my group and they know that my relationship is struggling, and they know that, and I think it's crazy because I never thought in a million years I'd be here, but my sister can look at me and she can say, oh, I'll never end up there. But she also doesn't know how her husband is going to take her having postpartum depression and anxiety if she ever gets that. It's fucking hard. And I think that people take for granted, and this is why the divorce rate's 70% or something stupid. But I think people take for granted when they say, like, they're never going to have that, or they're never going to do that, or they're never going to tolerate that, or whatever. I'm telling you what, you just put that into the universe and it's going to come get you. I always judged people for their house being a mess when they had kids. Guess what? I don't want to show you my place. I haven't done the dishes in 3 weeks. I'm on strike. I'm not doing them. I do all the laundry. I make sure every kid gets to and from the babysitter and school, and I work full time. I'm on strike. I ain't doing it. I have a dishwasher down there. You know what? It needs the clean stuff needs taken out, putting away. The rest of it can get loaded. I'm not doing it. And that's my thing.
It's all right.
I'm
I
like,
got flies, so you're cool. It's
no,
fine.
you're fine.
No
It's
worries.
just like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, what the hell am I supposed to do? I can't do everything. I can't put food on the table for everybody. I can't make sure that everybody has clothes to wash. I have been sucking as a preschool parent. I just keep telling myself that this is what's supposed to happen. This is how I'm supposed to figure this shit out. I dropped her off on time. I picked her up a half hour late. I tried to drop her off on a 2-hour delay at 8 a.m. instead of 10. What else? Oh, I'm sure I didn't send her with a snack because I didn't think she could have snack, but she can't have snack on her birthday because she can't give it to everybody. She can only have snack for herself. They can't drink out of the drinking fountains because they have to have their own little bottles. And all of their own little bottles have to be completely filled every day because they're only there for 3 hours and there's no refill station.
Oh, and probably clear too, because mine have to be clear so they can make sure that it's just water and not Kool-Aid or anything.
Well, since they're in preschool, I really don't give a shit. I just send her in this black bottle that they get to give her. So either they're not going to give her anything to drink for 3 hours or they're going to let her drink out of this fucking bottle. I don't know what to fucking tell you. Because my shit show of a life is going to just be okay. It's not going to be perfect. But I'll tell you what, if I didn't have Beachbody in my life, I don't know where I would be today. It'd be even worse. I would be in some shithole somewhere because I would have never worked on myself. I would have never went to the doctor to try to get help. I would have never been testing medication out. I would have never ordered CBD, probably. I can't wait to get it in. I would have never had my Cobayaba sitting over here so that I can rub it on my shin or my ankle every night to make sure that I get that in. I mean, I'm trying everything to not be anxious and depressed. Fuck you if you think I'm not trying hard enough in my life. Like, this is where I am with people. And if you're going to fire me from my job because you think that I'm not doing enough, and I don't know what to tell you. I've got 3 kids, 4, 2.5, and 10 months, and they're more important to me as well as my husband than any job will ever be in my life. And if you have a problem, I'm not going to lie to you, this could be probably a whole nother topic. My job has a really big problem with me putting all of my effort that I do into Beachbody. What they don't understand is that I'm not an idiot. I schedule posts and I make sure, and they think that I research all these topics to talk about.
Coney. Hey,
and
I
I'm
gotta
like,
go. I gotta
no,
listen
you're
to
fine.
a story that my son made about poop.
Oh,
So, but it's been a pleasure.
okay. See you later, Allison.
Bye.
Oh, that's gonna be good. But they have a problem with me posting, and I'm like, okay, first of all, I schedule posts. Okay, second of all, the things that I think about, and they don't understand anxious minds. This brain is going 30,000 times every day, every minute of the day. I can think of 6,000 things all at once, and I can write 6,000 things down on a piece of paper. And if you think I'm crazy, then I don't know what to tell you. But these are the things that I think about every minute of every day. Okay, so if you think that I constructed some crazy fucking post because I went and researched it, you have another thing coming. I posted that because it was what I was thinking about at that time. And if you think it took me forever to write, 10 sentences, you should really think about how I erased that 2 or 3 times and didn't write 40 sentences. I picked 10. Like, it's just one of those things where there are always people going to judge you, and people are never going to be happy with your effort unless you do it exactly like they want you to, which is never going to happen because you're not them. So this is where we are in my life, and coaching, and momming, and wifing, and working. It's just, everybody's life's a shit show. It's just all depending on how much of a shit show at certain points, and how much of your shit show you're willing to show. I do. I think that, these people that, I don't want to be the Beachbody coach that stands up there and says I'm perfect. I hit the Millionaires Club and everything's great and money bought my happiness, and that's not like a thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, we should be proud of our shit shows. I made these 3 little hellions that drive me crazy every day. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's a taste of my own medicine. This is what happens when you're a twin and you absolutely torment your mother when you're a child. They give you 3 2 years apart, 20 months apart and 21 months apart. And then you pretty much have triplets. It's the craziest thing ever. But you love them, you know what I mean? And you love your husband, even though there's a lot of things that you have as pet peeves. And you love him because he's the best. Well, I'm telling you, this is my life, okay? Okay, now that we've been talking for 2 hours, I'm so sorry, guys. Oh, yeah, by the way, I'm starting a podcast, and I'm pretty sure this is what it's going to be about.
You just do like a radio show, like one
Yeah.
like you could just talk for like hours,
Hours.
play a few songs, go back
Yeah.
to your talking.
I
play
could
a few
do that.
songs.
Yeah, maybe we'll figure that. Maybe we'll do that as a job.
Yeah.
Hey, so I kind of missed this question. So next Friday is that chili thing, and everybody's supposed to bring their own chili or bring a dish, or I missed that.
Really?
I think we
so
can
I
bring
just-
whatever. I
Oh,
think she
okay.
said we can bring whatever. I mean,
A chili
think-
cook-off the 25th.
I think the point is to bring chili, but if you don't want to make chili, you can also bring another dish.
Probably.
I don't
Yeah.
Okay.
You could also bring like fixings, probably. Like maybe
Oh,
take
yeah.
cheese, sour cream,
Cheese, sour cream.
crackers. You know,
Something
like
like
maybe
Doritos.
chives, Doritos, yeah, macaroni. So
Yeah,
don't-
Doritos are a downfall.
Hey,
Same.
Love Doritos. Doritos, Reese's peanut butter cups.
one day, and then we're gonna work out on Saturday.
I know. We got family pictures on Saturday. I won't be
Oh
there.
yeah, that's right.
It's the second
That's right.
time you guys do this workout thing. I'm like, oh, I can't.
What
wait
time's
to
your
do this
family
one.
pictures?
Well, it's all the way in German Village in Columbus. And
Could you
probably
like work out with us via Zoom and then like take a shower and then?
no, well, we gotta leave here, I think, at 7:00, 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Because she said something about the lighting. She said you want to make sure you get before the sun comes up or something, since we're doing it in the morning. She said something about the lighting.
Yep.
So I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It looks like I'll be waking up at my normal 4:30, 4:45 on Saturday morning, getting
Ooh.
everybody ready for pictures.
You're like, I'm gonna drink my Energize.
Maybe two.
Maybe.
All right, we're taking pictures.
Let's go, guys. Come on.
Would you like some? I'll share. I'm a sit-up vodka. I swear. It's really true.
All right, ladies, I gotta jump off here. I'm gonna pack. We're going to Miami for 2 nights for
Oh yeah.
first
Yeah.
days and stuff. I still gotta pack my crap. And then I'm gonna be on the workout in the morning if you guys are gonna be there. 6:30 a.m. workout. And then we'll be off for like the weekend.
Okay. I will be there spiritually because I have to do my workout early in the morning.
Yes.
So.
We should do a weekend workout, maybe like next weekend or well, next weekend you guys are doing the cook off. So maybe like next Sunday or something, we'll do a weekend workout.
Yeah. I'm in for that.
Cool.
For sure.
Awesome.
Okay. Good night,
Thank
ladies.
You, Alicia.
See you
I
later.
appreciate
Thank
your time
you.
today.
Yeah, no
It was
problem.
funny. It was what I needed to end my day. So thank you.
Agreed.
Hey, you need something to crack you up, babe. You can call me anytime.
I love it. I love it.
Tell you about
Good
how
night,
my kid
ladies.
shit
Love
his
you
pants
all.
before he left me there.
Bye,
Yeah.
guys. Have a good night.
Bye.
You too.
Bye.